Hi guys, my name is Johan from Restoration.bike, and in this video I'm going to explain how to perform a Hollowtech II bottom bracket removal and installation. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I also have a Facebook group for like-minded people who are into bike restorations and repairs, and you're welcome to join that group with the help of the link in the description below. The difference with a square taper bottom bracket and a Hollowtech II bottom bracket is that the spindle is integrated with the drive side crank. To be able to remove the crankset, the non-drive side crank needs to be removed first. You'll need a specific tool for this, and I'm using the Park Tool BBT9 bottom bracket tool. The drive side crank is fastened using 2 hex bolts. You'll need to loosen them first. After the hex bolts are loosened, you can remove the crank adjustment cap, which is used to press the crank onto the spindle. With one end of the tool, you can take this cap off. And you should be able to remove the crank afterwards without any problems. The drive side crank usually needs a light tap with a mallet before it will move. And make sure you remove the chain from any of the chain rings first, because chains don't take lateral movement fondly. And also make sure you don't lose any spacers that sit between the Hollowtech II bottom bracket bearing and crank. And with the crankset out of the way, you can focus on removing the Hollowtech II bottom bracket. Holotech II bottom brackets are threaded the same as traditional square taper bottom brackets, and this means that to remove them, you need to turn them into the direction the bike is facing, clockwise for the drive side and counterclockwise for the non-drive side. The Park Tool BBT9 has 16 splined parts that fit snugly onto the cup of the bottom bracket. And if the bottom bracket is stuck, a light tap with the mallet onto the bottom bracket tool will probably do the trick. And when removing the bottom bracket, again, make sure you remember where the spacers are located so you put them in the right place when reinstalling. In my case, I cleaned up the bottom bracket shell and added the chain rings to the crank. A Hollowtech II bottom bracket installation is basically the reverse of the Hollowtech II bottom bracket removal, with a couple of slight distinctions. The first one is that before installing the bottom bracket, you want to add some grease on the threads of the bottom bracket shell. And with both sides sufficiently greased, it's time to install it. Rotating both sides backwards from the direction the bike is facing is now the way forward. Counterclockwise for the drive side and clockwise for the non-drive side. You'll need to start with the drive side first. The fixing cup comes second. And don't forget to add the spacers. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and don't forget to consider joining the Facebook group. And I hope I can welcome you again for the next video as well. Bye for now.